Right. Let's see how this goes. Last night I tried to stream and it wasn't having any of it. No, because my internet connection is piss poor still. Oh, it's fine, but it just cancels itself out. It cuts out when it wants, which is not ideal. But here we are. We're doing it this way instead. So ideally, I would like to stream, doing these sorts of things, live trading. That's kind of what I want to sort of get into, because this is a trade that's going on right now that I've got open, and I got into this so in theory, if we look at the 4-hour, look at the 4-hour chart, there is resistance coming up. This is just the trade I'm going for right now. Resistance coming up at 58. I think it's 58.8. Yeah, around here. And I got into this trade on MEXC. I'm on the minute chart at the moment. Yeah, so I got into it assuming that we're going to go higher to 58.8. But I'm seeing other things on the chart where we could just bounce down. We could just go down to touching the 200 EMA, but then we'll get another bounce from there as well. So that's my thinking. That's why I got into this. You could argue it was a double top, therefore it will go, and if we reach another triple top and it doesn't go through, that's more of a bearish signal. But considering where we are and how we are due to keep going up, that's why I've got this trade open, because I think we are going to hit 60,000 in the next 2 days based on how far we've come up from that significant dump last week. So that's my sort of thinking with that. You don't have to sort of apply that logic yourself. You can be bearish and just short, because I do think we're going to have another significant sort of bounce, like you say, drop down to the low 50s again before we go higher again in October. That's my thinking. But I've seen analysts, I've seen articles, I've seen tweets about how the lows for September, right, they come very early, usually in the month. So there's a chance we've already had that sort of drop already. So given that, if that is the case, then we are scheduled to go higher, which is bullish. And I'm really going for this because I've got low leverage. I've got a 4x on this one, but I'm going to be doing 3x primarily, but I thought I'd do a 4x today. That's just what I wanted to do. But 90% of the time, I will be doing a 3x, especially when the account goes over 2,000. That's when I will be going extremely conservative in terms of leverage. But I will be doing that to amplify my gains, because if you remember, if you were watching my videos in February and March, that time I made a lot, but I lost a chunk of it, but kept quite a bit. But I've moved that into my spot positions, right? But so my thinking, my approach with this is that with how bearish it's been the last 6 months or so, with October and how it's Uptober, Pumptober, whatever you call it, we are going to go higher. And that sort of bullish momentum we had in February and March, that is going to play out again going into October and November. So that's where I'm coming from with this, and how I planned to, well, back then in February and March, I was doing 6 to 8x, which is a bit too high, I would argue, for crypto in general. But I see, people doing 10x on Bitcoin, and that's fine, but not really my sort of risk that I want to take. And the way I'm doing this, I'll show you my orders. So I've been doing it in a way where I'm getting like 2 to 3% on my trade and then just taking profits on that. So I would just close the trade entirely, wait for a sort of a little dip down, and then re-enter it, and then repeat. That's the sort of approach I'm going for with this. Basic, right? Buy low, sell high. That's the approach. And there's so many opportunities here. I mean, even if this was to pump to 65k today, and I missed this trade, for example, there would be so many more opportunities for this. So many more opportunities to get into it again if it's up there. But then it will come back down, right? That's the theory. That's the logic, that you see a significant overextension on the chart, then it's likely that it's going to come down. Especially if you keep looking at liquidation levels. If you look at, say, go to the week. Actually, let's go to 3-day. You can see there's a lot of late shorts. These are all late shorts coming in. You can see there's a lot of shorts to be swept and a lot of longs as well down here. But you can see these are new shorts coming in up here, because this is where it got swept here. So these are new shorts that have come in, which when they get swept, it buys the price up, and the reverse as well with longs. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with my sort of trading strategy at the moment. I'm using that sort of February, March time when it was super bullish and just super, everything was going up. You felt in a way greedy, but at the same time you felt like this is too good to be true. Like, it was, from my account, I got some free money from XZ based on previous trades I did, like 10x trades before, like a couple of months ago, or a couple of months prior to that. And because when you have higher leverage on exchanges, they give you rewards, they give you incentives to keep going, right? And I got like a $10 to $15 free bonus. There's a couple of bonuses that you claim and it goes into your account. I didn't really pay attention to it before, but they were there to claim, so I claimed them. Onwards from there, I used that as basically just free money, because it was, and I was doing 25x, 30x leverage. I built it up to like $100, and then I gradually moved the leverage down, but increased the positions, and my account got bigger. So that was a very good time, because I was making profits all the time. Then I took it a bit more seriously, and I was getting into sort of trades where I had like a $2,000 trade on BTC and a $2,000 trade on ETH, and SOL as well, of course. But that's when the gains came more. But then I saw a significant drawdown, and I took that risk, and that's where you learn from your mistakes. And it's good to just admit when you were wrong, and that is a time where I was completely wrong, going 8x on Solana or BTC or ETH. It's the wrong way to do it. So I learned my mistake with that, and now I'm just doing 3x, because if you look at this, or 3 and 4x, the liquidation price here would be 44,000. That's still very risky, considering what everyone is saying, that we're going to drop down to 45 in September. But they said that about before, you know, analysts, theorists saying that we're going to go down to 40k. They said that, or 30k. They said that when the ETFs got launched. We did drop down heavily, but it didn't go that far down to where their prediction was, nowhere near. So I don't think we're going to go that far down. But yeah, primarily I'm going to be doing 3x, not 4x. So yeah, that's the sort of strategy that I'm going for. Repeating what I did before and going into these trades with that mindset of just increasing the balance here, right? Yes, I'm down on this right now, but it's, you know, it's what it is. It's still market open hour. I thought I'd do this video when it is market open hour. It's only 10-15 minutes into the trading day, and yeah, that's just, I really just want to make a point where you can make consistent gains like this. This one here, I did a short on ETH. It was a mistake. I just did it wasn't even thinking, I just did it because I saw ETH go down. I then just ducked out of that trade, wasn't comfortable with it, and I'm glad I did. That was a mistake trade. But you can see here, like $18, $11, $6, 17, 10, 5, 13, 14, 10, 15. So you take those profits, and that increases your overall portfolio, well, your account on the exchange, which is, you know, good, because you're compounding your results, your realized profit and loss into the next trade. And that's where things get really interesting, and that's where you really can increase your portfolio, your account, a lot. And that's the plan, compounding into these trades. And once I get above 2,000, that's when, on this account, that's when things get really sort of serious, because I really want to just increase it to 10,000 and beyond. Getting to that sort of 10,000 goal, that's, for me, in my opinion, that's a massive milestone to achieve, to reach, to then use that to continue these sorts of gains, this approach in trading. And especially if I can get it up to 2,000 before October, which is, I would say, likely, then that puts me into a position where it's a nice amount to have to build on that bullish time, because October, November, December, that's going to be a big pump, and of course in 2025. So by 2025, the account should be, in theory, if all goes to plan, pretty good. And yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. And going into sort of other projects or anything like that, I'm not doing that. I'm only, well, I say projects, I mean like the DeFi stuff, not doing anything like that. But with my spot positions, I still will have those completely separate and safe. Those will be completely separate and safe from this. I won't be touching that. I'll just be, you know, getting these profits and sometimes buying more tokens on, say, Render and Asana, things like that, adding to those spot positions over time. But ultimately, the profits from this will be rolled into the next trade and then the next trade, just to amplify those profits. So yeah, that's the plan. That's what I plan to do going forward. This trade, hopefully after the market open hour, will come back up, because on the 4 hour especially, we're coming down now, so it's reflecting, but we are still bullish. We are still bullish, and hopefully we can reach near the lines of the high 58s today. I do think in the next couple of days we will touch 60, and then we'll come down, and then that's when you wait. Or you can short, but I don't recommend that because it can always go up. That's when you sort of wait to decide whether or not it breaks through the next resistance, which would be 62, and then from there it's broken through the resistance. Therefore, you've got confirmation to continue trading it. Whereas it could come back down, then you would wait for a significant dip and a significant support, then you would go back in. So that's the mentality. It's just buy low, sell high. But looking out for those key support and resistance levels, that's key for Bitcoin when you're trading Bitcoin. And I will be trading 90% of the funds, this account, on Bitcoin, 10% on Solana, because Bitcoin is clearly less, obviously less volatile than Solana or ETH. So that's the plan there. Yeah, let me know what you think. Planning to make this big. Like I did before, but don't fuck it up. I'm not going to fuck it up this time. So that's the plan. Let me know if you're doing something similar, what you think, and I will try and continue doing these sorts of videos, because I know I said it before, but I really just want to keep that mindset going, because I want to make money. Yeah, that's what I do. I really do want to make money on this. It's no joke. I do, and so should you. But yeah, going back to other things, like going into like other like meme coins and things like that, or what do you call it, pre-sales, that's it. Those pop up everywhere, and they are just scams. So don't do that. I would really consider, when people say learn to trade, take that on board, take that advice in terms of learning it, researching it, and just test it. Just go in with something small, or even there's some exchanges that do paper trading, which is when you're not putting your own assets in, you're just playing with paper money. Yeah, I would highly recommend to learn how to trade. It's gonna just work wonders for you. And I've never looked back. I have never looked back once I've started doing this earlier this year properly. So yeah, I plan to make some serious money with this. I think anyone can do this once they know how to apply it with risk management. You know, low position size, low leverage. Don't put all your portfolio into leverage trading. That's a stupid idea. But applying good risk management, no higher than 4x, 3x majority of the time. 4x, didn't do it this time, but I would go into a 4x. If the price dipped down heavily, then you go into a higher sort of leverage, because it's going to bounce. But that's only if you know what you're doing. So, like properly, like if you can see on the charts and you can see on the liquidation levels as well what's going on, what the market makers are doing. And yeah, that's it really. Like that, there's not much else to it. Apply basic TA, like really basic. Like for example, this is the 200 EMA. If the price comes down here, it's likely that it's going to do a bounce up. It's going to meet that and then jump up. What would happen if it broke through that? Potentially, then it'll be bearish. It would be bearish, right? It just would. As you can see here, it broke through the 200 EMA here, and then right down. This is on the hourly 200 EMA. I think the same was on the 4 hour. But well, yeah, we can see it here. And then of course when we go break through it, then it's bullish, right? It's just simple TA that you can apply, and it will work. Well, they say it works. It's analysis, it's forecasting, it's historical patterns. It's just you're applying that to make an educated decision on what to do next. That's pretty much why you use it. No other reason. Alright, well, that's it. We should see the price pump up a bit now. Well, in about half an hour, after the hour is done from the first hour. The first hour on market open is always disastrous, or whatever way you want to look at it. It's always very volatile. Alright, well, that's it. Let me know what you think. If you are doing anything like this, compounding your trades, earning more to eventually get a bigger account, and getting something over 10 grand, that'll be ideal. That would be, because then the compounding on that is going to be nuts. Like, just, it's going to be very, 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 very good. For example, this, like, earning 1% on my trade would give me $100, right? 1% on a 10k trade. And if I made 10%, 1,000. I mean, building that account up, I mean, the more you have and the lower the leverage, you can make some serious money. Like, really can, but not financial advice, just telling you how it is. That's just numbers for you. That's how it works. Alright, well, that's it. Let me know what you think of this. I get like fuck all views, so whatever. I don't even know why I'm saying it. Let me know. Get fuck all views, so what's the point? But I'm doing this, and we're gonna see where this goes. So yeah, if you've watched this far, you are my only viewer. You are the one viewer who's watched it this far. So you get 10 quality crypto points for that. Alright, well, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.